Today, we're doing something a little different. A lot of our guests have decades of experience in the mortgage industry, but success doesn't always come from how long you've been in the business. Today's guest has built momentum quickly and is proving that with the right mindset, consistency, and willingness to learn, newer loan officers can absolutely make a name for themselves. Joining me today is Danny Aguilar, and let's get to that interview right now. Danny, thanks for coming on today.
Anytime, Joe. How are you?
Doing great.
Enjoy the weather?
I know. It is too inconsistent. It's hot, it's cold, it's like the majority of my relationships, and I want no part of it.
Okay, well, that's a good problem to have. That's a good problem to have. You know?
It is. So we've been trying to do this for a little while because
we have.
You are so busy, which is why I wanted to get you on here, because you got a great story. So you're relatively new to the mortgage business compared to some of the old dogs around here.
Yes, 100% new. Started about 3 years ago. The first 6 months, I was a loan officer assistant. I was trying to fill myself in if it was something that I was going to give my 100%. And after 6 months, and what I was doing, being a loan officer assistant, I was starting to take the test and pass the test. Once I got the feeling that it was something that I liked it and I was going to love it and I was going to enjoy it, I went all in.
That's awesome. So what were you doing before you became a loan officer?
I was working on a power plant. I was operations manager at an energy from waste facility.
Really?
Yes. 22 years working for the same company. I started there when I was 16 years old.
Really?
Yes. I was the cleaning boy, cleaning the office. Then when I became 18, I became the utility guy. When I was there, the plant manager saw that I was young, and when you're young, you're like a sponge, right? You learn pretty quick. So they say, hey, if we pay for you to go take classes and get some license, get your boiler license, get your mechanical engineer license, would you be able to move off into operations? So I say, hey, why not? It's free, it's free. Everything was free, right? Everything was paid for. So I went from being the cleaning boy to being a utility guy to join operations. At the age of 21, I became a control room operator. So I was pretty young. I was running the whole facility, just like similar to, the Simpsons, Homer Simpsons, right? Yeah, right. But no, I wasn't blowing things up. And then 30, I became shift soup. I was in charge of, the whole shift. It was 10 operators. I was, the one making the decisions and all that stuff. And at 33, I became operations manager. I went to Florida for 2 years, came back here to work on the biggest energy from waste in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, I have over 100 employees under me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I had the people skills, right? I consider myself a people person. I love to talk to everyone. There is no shame. We talk, either you like me, you don't like me, but I seems to, make people like me.
Yeah, you don't seem to have a problem in that regard. So you in turn kind of learned sales from being a manager?
From being not sales, but I learned people skills, right? And sales, it is having people skills.
Yeah.
If you have people skills and you get to, like, if I could get Joe to do something that he doesn't want to do it, but if I could get Joe to do it in a way that if I explain it to him, it's something that he's willing to do it, then yes, so I'm selling. I used to sell without knowing that I was a seller.
So the transition, so you're at this great job, you've moved up. How mortgages, why mortgages? Like
my fiance. So my fiance career took off. She became one of the top realtors here in New Jersey. And for the past, even before I became a mortgage loan officer, she was like, quit your job. You're going to have more fun. The same amount of passion you put into your job, if you put towards, your career, you're going to blow up. You're going to be even better than me. I'm like, no, you crazy? Real estate? And don't get me wrong. We do have houses. We do flips with my fiance. Mm-hmm. So I was in real estate and I knew a lot of people because I always used to go with her to all the events, right? Mm. And then I started meeting, the loan officers, the realtors, and I see, oh, this is something I could get used to it. This is something I like. But of course, just like a typical human being, I was in my comfort zone because being there for such a long time, being the golden boy, right? It was hard. But then, seeing the success that my fiance had, it was also a challenge. You know what? I could be that person too.
Yeah.
Right. So I still remember I met. Maylene introduced me to Jan Beckler. It was on a Thursday night at this place right here in Woodbridge. This used to be Port Billy's. Now it's
Angelina's Kitchen?
No. Oh my God, I forgot the name. Anyway, met Jan Beckler there one night on a Thursday night, and then I shadowed him, and then boom, here I am.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, did you have any nervousness about, and I know a lot of people, when they try to get into this is their first thing, do you have any nervousness about going from something that's a salaried, guaranteed paycheck to something that's just completely commissioned?
To be honest, and I don't want to sound cocky, no, because this is not the only income that I depend on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I knew that if this was not going to work out, I had something else. However, I was a little bit, it was like, and I'm going to make the same money that I was making, right? Because I was making good money, right? I was making over 100 plus, all right? I was getting 20% bonuses a year. So it was health insurance, 401k, right? So it was a little bit at the beginning, but I always trusted myself. And I knew that, if I put my heart into it and I put all, the best I can, and which is I'm still not. I'm nowhere near where I should be. I'm still working to try to get there, right?
Right. But compared to what you made then, would you say you're making more now?
No, in the first year, I pretty much made the same amount that I was making on a 22-year career. Yeah.
Wow.
No. And then last year it was amazing for me last year. It was really, really good.
Well, you
year.
don't have to give us numbers, but 10% more, 50% more?
No, I doubled. I doubled my salary, yeah. I doubled my salary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I doubled
On
my
your
salary.
second year?
On my second year, I doubled my salary. I was able to still have the life that I wanted. We were able to purchase the house that we wanted. I love to travel, right? 37 countries.
Right. Wow.
Only with my fiance.
Right.
By myself, I'm in 50.
Right.
So I still was able to travel and still able to perform and deliver, to the clients.
Right. Well, because you can work anywhere too.
That's exactly the reason why you just took it out of my mouth.
Yeah.
We could do this from everywhere in the world.
People often ask me, this is like, oh, do you ever take a vacation? I'm like, when I can typically choose whenever I want to, because I can work wherever I'm at. And I can set I think taking multiple weeks off is overrated.
No, yeah. I mean, even when we go on vacation, like let's say a short weekend, we want to go to Punta Cana or something like that, right? If the phone rings, I'm going to pick it up, right? And if I have clients that want to get pre-approved on a Saturday, before I go and jump in the pool or I go on the beach, I make sure I get all my notes and my pre-approvals ready, and boom.
Yeah.
We work from everywhere, but we always working.
Yeah. But we can also set our schedule too.
We could definitely, yes. Yeah, no.
Jan doesn't love it, but I'm usually up at 9 o'clock when he's calling me at 6 a.m. for a question.
Yeah, no. I like to wake up early. I like to work out. Like when I work out in the morning, like right now, I worked out this morning. I feel more. Now, if I don't work out and let's say I wake up at 8 o'clock, I'm like dragging the whole day. You get the lazy Danny.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to be good with that. I'm trying to get better, but man, you break those habits, it's hard.
It is super, super hard. But they said if you do it 3 days in a row, then the fourth one will be easier.
I don't trust them on that. Some days, they used to say it takes 21 days to build a new habit. For me, I think it's 7 months.
7 months.
7 months and 2 days.
Jesus,
to be specific.
Wow.
Okay, but that brings me into the next thing I want to talk to you. What would you say your habits are? What are your 3 steps to success? Especially if we're talking like a new loan officer wants to get into this.
So as a new loan officer, right? First of all, you got to get with the right team. Okay, you have to have someone that you could shadow, that you could learn, that allow you to make mistakes and not fix the mistakes for you right away, right? Make you, troubleshoot 101, right? I remember at the beginning, the couple of deals that I got, they were like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Is this going to be all my deals?" And Jan and Damon were like, "Dude, you are getting into some hard stuff, and that's good, right? Because not every deal is a cookie cutter deal, right?" And then we get, and then that's how we learn, right? And then, oh, this deal is going to be horrible. You don't know what horrible it is. You don't know until you see it all, right? So that's what I would say. I'll say, first of all, focus. You cannot do this as a part-time. It will not work. You will not be where you want to be if it's a part-time. You have to treat it as is your own business. This is your life depend on, and it's something that you want to take proud about it, right? You want to make sure that all depends what your goals are, right? I want to be recognized for the good loan officer, not the party loan officer, not I want to be recognized for, like, oh, you know what? I want my clients to go with Danny because he has great communication skills and he's fun and right? And not only the clients, also our business partner, the realtors, right?
Yeah, reputation is so important in this, and making sure that you'd be one missed phone call or one missed email away from somebody saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't hear back from it spirals." So, like, do you time block in the morning? Like, do you have like specific times? I'm going to work on this. I'm going to make sure things are replied.
So I was all over the place before, right? But now with the time management that we're doing now, right? I do, and it's working out better because there is times where I put my phone away and say, I'm going to do 1 hour just for my CRM or my loan officer AI, right? That's it. And then my, something that I just implemented that I wasn't doing before is I thought my job was get the pre-approval to the realtor. Here, I already pre-approved the client. Now it's your job to go get the house. No, it takes time for me to get pre-approval, so I should follow up on that pre-approval as well. Because if I don't, and then somebody else come along, hey, I could pre-approve you too, and that person have more connection with the client than I did, just because I pre-approved and I let him go, then I wasted like 3 hours of my life. Right. So now, once a week, we me and my loan officer assistant, we follow up with our pre-approvals that we have had in the past month and the past 60 days, 90 days. Literally on Saturday, I decided to start calling pre-approvals from last year. And I got one client that's coming back. Actually, we're going to meet today at 4:30 here in the office because he's going to bring his new documents for his new job and everything. Wow. Just by following up. You know what I mean?
I think
following up. Part of
so many of us do not. Like, I'm guilty. I'm 100%
me
guilty.
Too. Me too. 100%. Me too.
But what you said is, like, you can waste a full month over the course of a year of all the work that you've done by not making a phone call, by not, like, and people hide behind emails and stuff like that. Emails are great. You should have automations, but I've read somewhere it takes like 30 touches to convert somebody. Especially, depending on the lead, I should say.
And the emails are great, texts are great, CRM is amazing, but I like to talk, right? And if I like to talk, why can I spare in 1 hour? They got 60 minutes, right? Divide that times 5, I call 12 clients in 1 hour. Even I could call more, right? I could call more clients as long as depends. Sometimes you call one client and like 5 minutes and like, okay, I need to go, right?
Right.
Because you need to make more phone calls.
Yeah, that's great advice. So what would you say currently right now is like a product that a lot of people aren't doing that maybe you do more of? Do you have a mixed portfolio or?
So I started, before I didn't do so many non-QMs, right? Because I was learning more about FHA, conventional, right? And now I'm doing non-QMs when there is a lot of clients that they don't self-employed, right? And they don't report as much, right? So we do the bank statement loans,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the other product is really, really hot right now, and I'm pushing it. It's the down payment assistance.
Really?
I'm pushing the down payment assistance because why? Because I have option A, which is down payment assistance, and option B is us as a brokers. We could provide them also with lender credits, right?
Yeah.
You might not get the 15 or the 22. However, you get 10, but you're not locked in with the state for 5 years.
Yeah.
You could refinance in 6 months.
Yeah.
You
And
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
people ask me about the state program, and that's what I tell them. It's like, hey, if you can get it, it's not bad. But
Yeah.
in this environment where rates are, if we have a drop in 2 to 3 years, you're stuck unless you pay back the $15,000.
And one thing I need to learn now is about the FHA refinance streamline. I have not done one of them, and I want to do one of them. I don't know. Have you ever done one?
Yeah, I have. They're pretty
Yeah.
easy. You just
Yeah.
got to position them because there's only so much money that you can include.
Exactly.
When you're doing it.
Yeah. So I don't know nothing about that. And
Yeah.
you see, because I'm still learning.
Yeah, you always
You know?
got to be learning.
You
no
always
matter
got to
what
be
you're doing.
learning. Yeah. And that's one thing also that I bring from my background in the power business, right? When you think you know it all, right, the grid will put you out.
Right.
So there is always something new to learn on everything in life.
Right.
You could be in the business for 30 years, right? And as much as I can learn from someone from 30 years, I'm sure that I have a little bit that those big dogs could learn from me as well.
So, what advice would you give to first-time home buyers getting into the market for the first time? You're their loan officer. You're sitting down. What's the top 3 things you want them to know?
First of all, we need to see what is the most that you can afford or you're willing to pay as a monthly payment. That has to be like literally the last thing I want to know is I close on your dream home and 6 months from now you're like suffering to make a payment.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why did I get into this? No, I want to make sure that you get into your dream home where you can make your monthly payment, and then you know what? I want to buy another one, right?
Right.
So, and like I said, right, and let's say you find your dream home, right? And instead of your mortgage being $3,000, it's going to be 30,000, 3,500, right? Okay, you know what? Instead of going twice to Peru a year, I'm going to go only one time, and that money is going to go to my dream home. Right. So I always tell my clients, you have to either you go out to eat every weekend or you go out eat once a weekend, right? But I want to make sure that we are within our budget when it comes to the monthly payment, because I'm so far I still haven't got all my clients been paying their mortgage, but it will break my heart knowing that I got somebody at home and a loan approved, and then within 6 months they're not making payments because they are tight. Right? Yeah, no, 100%. That's my number one.
I do love that because I do the same thing. I was like, I don't care how much don't ask me how much you're pre-approved for. What are you comfortable with monthly? That's the only number that really matters, and then we'll structure it around that.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes we get the realtors to push us, no, bring it up more. I'm like,
yeah. Well, buying a home is an emotional decision. It's like, and we don't want to be car salesmen where they're just trying to get you into the dealership so they can close it. Like, oh, no. And this is 30 years.
This is 30 years of people's life.
Yeah.
Definitely the same way with us. We are in this. When I first bought my first home, right? It was like, wow, I'm gonna do this, right? And now I'm looking to continue buying, building more, more doors, right? Real estate, there is no wrong time. The wrong time in real estate is when you sell it in the wrong time. But if you could maintain your real estate while it's bad, you'll be good to go.
That's how wealth is built. I mean, honestly, like my father was blue collar, didn't make a lot of money at all. And like now him and my mother, like they have $1 million house with no payments. It's paid off. They have plenty of money in the bank. And it was started with a $20,000 house in Garfield, New Jersey.
Garfield, nice.
In 1979. And they kept on moving up. They sold their last house. They bought their last house in 2020. They sold the existing house in 2020, right during COVID.
Yeah.
$450,000. They bought it for $150,000. That same house just last year sold for $700,000.
Of course, 100%. During COVID, that's when me and my fiance, we bought 2 properties, one for 2 family in 335, and a single family for like 280.
Yeah.
And that the 2 family right now is like easy 700.
Yeah.
Easy 700. That mortgage pays itself because, my mortgage payment is 2,300. I charge 2,500 each floor.
Wow. Yeah.
So
pays for itself, and then you have an asset, and that's how wealth is built. And it sounds like you educate your customers too, that are first-time home buyers. Like, hey, here's what you can do.
Or you do have the background from your parents and stuff like that. I tell my clients all the time, listen, you're not just working with a regular loan officer. You're working with someone that is a loan officer, and also I have my own property, and I have my own investments, and I will never guide you to something that I'm not going to put myself in. If it's a bad deal, I would tell you from the get-go. Like, no, this is not good. I think you should maybe look more homes, look something else. Or maybe last week we had a closing here with a client that came to our office in Woodbridge, 109, 900 Route 9 last year, and he wasn't ready. And we prepared him. Listen, this is what you need to do. This is how you're going to fix it, And within a year, he came back and said, I'm ready. Like, he came back, he closed in his house last year.
Wow.
Last week. Last
Wow.
week.
Yeah, listen, sometimes, and that's why following up is great too, because I've had clients who just closed this year from 2021. That's how long they were looking.
Listen, we were talking about equity, right?
Yeah.
Last year in July, August, we closed this client. She needed some money for the closing costs, so we gave her lender credit. And we said, next year, don't wait too long so you could refinance, right? We're refinancing right now. The house that she bought at 580, appraised today at 661.
Wow.
So in less than a year, she got almost 80K of equity.
Yeah.
In less than a year.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how you do it. And that's even with minimum down payments, plus all the other benefits that you have. Rent's 100% interest. You're not getting money back on that, but you can write off the interest on your taxes.
You can write off the interest, you can write off the insurance, the taxes, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to explain this to my parents the other day because my mother was like, oh, well, we didn't get it. I was like, technically, if you look at it from this approach, you've never paid a mortgage payment because of all the equity that you wound up getting back, all the money that you made. You never paid anything. If you're renting right now, you'll never see that money again. You're not getting any tax benefits from it. It's just going out the window and you'll never see anything back. So I tell people all the time, get a small condo if you can, even if it's something you hate, especially first-time home buyers. Their dreams are very big. Or, and I don't know how you feel about this, I don't have many people that take me up on it. FHA allows 3.5% down on up to a 4-family home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Live there for a year. Rent out the other 3 units.
Remember, the first house that you buy is not going to be your dream home. Ever. Like most of the clients that I have, I'm only been doing loans for 3 years. They already call me, hey, I want to buy new. I want to change. I want to get something else because you start having kids, right? Or maybe the school system at that time was good, now it's not good now, or maybe you have something that or maybe you want to move south, you want to move closer to the city, right? I always said the first house that you buy is not your forever home.
Yeah.
That's going to bring you into something else. And us as a human being, we always want more, we want bigger, we want better, right?
Yeah.
And if we can't afford it, of course, go for it.
So to kind of wrap things up, what would you say? We talked about new loan officers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about older loan officers. Loan officers who are just stubborn, don't want to do any changes, but need to, because we need to change with the market, especially with all new technologies and AI everybody's worried about, even though I don't think that's replacing anything anytime
I don't
soon.
think so either. It's going to make our life easier, but it will not replace us.
Yeah. I think people who use it too much are going to be worse for wear.
Yeah. I started using it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
People
can read through. Like if somebody starts talking to me, I'm just like, Okay, that's Chat GPT. Mostly on dating apps. I really shouldn't be bringing up my dating that much during podcasts, but I'm just saying, don't do that if you're dating somebody.
I'm glad I'm engaged and I've been in a relationship for 10 years, so I don't have to deal with
I
that.
tell my friends all the time is the grass is not greener. You got somebody that
No,
loves you.
no.
Just,
Well, I learned my mistake when I was younger, thinking that the grass was green on the other side, and it was.
It never is. Okay, so what would your advice be to older ones that hey, here's what you need to do to change to be successful?
The only thing I would say, and not just to the big dogs, just to everyone, listen. Listen. Not because, you've been doing this for 30 years plus, and I'm only been doing it for 3 years. You only been doing it for 3 years. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe listen. Maybe I do talk about something that pick it up. That's all I'm saying. Listen. That's what I would say, right? And if you think what you're hearing is going to be productive for your business, of course, use it. But if, Joe, you know what, Joe, I don't want to listen to you. Who the hell are you? Man, get out of here. No, I want to listen to what Joe has to say. Let me see. Maybe I could, I could take something from you, right? Yeah. Of course, I could pick from your brain, whatever it is.
So leave your ego at the door.
100%, 100%. Don't. And listen, I got a big head. I'm Peruvian, so I don't let my head, get so big. Listen, be humble, right? And you will continue to be successful.
That's great. Well, everybody listening at home, thanks for tuning in. You follow AMS Mortgage on YouTube and at our website. And Danny, pitch your YouTube. Danny Lens USA, right?
DannyLensUSA.com. Yeah.
Follow Danny, and we'll see you on the next one.